Thank you for the heads up there, Allie. Here at 6:03, let's get right to the Michigan numbers in the race for the White House here in Michigan, with 96% of the precincts reporting Donald Trump with the lead, 49.9% of the votes to Vice President Kamala Harris's 48.3%, a difference of 86,557.
Now, the former president and his supporters were in West Palm Beach last night, where he spoke early this morning.
To help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that.
On the Democratic side, Vice President Kamala Harris's supporters had gathered at her alma mater at Howard University in Washington, D.C. last night. They were told to go on home and get some rest. It was announced that she would not be speaking until later on today. Now, voters made their voices heard at the polls, and we want to amplify those voices this morning. 7 News Detroit reporter Faraz Javed is live at Leo's Coney Island in Royal Oak. And Faraz, you've been talking to voters through the overnight hours. What are you hearing this morning?
Good morning, Keenan. Quite a few things, as the election results are coming out. We just announced Donald Trump is now the projected winner, and he's set to return to the White House. So folks are waking up right now, coming to the diner, getting breakfast, and they're telling me about their reactions. Some are happy, some are excited, some are sad. But this is one voice I want to bring to you right now. His name is Aaron Vincent, and he's from Metro Detroit. He's an entrepreneur. He switched from being a Democrat to Republican. And when I asked him why, this is what he had to say. Have a listen.
Because it was too last minute, this election. I believe she came in as a replacement for Joe Biden. And they just didn't want all his election money to go to waste. So I feel like she kind of filled in a spot.
Now, these are just some of the many voices we're hearing. And I also got a chance to speak to Aaron about what was one of the key sticking points for him to vote for Donald Trump, and he said it was the economy, border. These were the two things that were important to him. I also asked him, but at the same time, since he's an entrepreneur, Vice President Harris is a big supporter of building the middle class. That was a big part of the campaign, but he just felt that former President Trump, or now the projected winner, Donald Trump, had a better policy to share with him, and that's why he voted for Donald Trump. Listen, we're going to be here at Leo's Coney Island in downtown Royal Oak all throughout this morning. I'll be talking to voters, and as more come in, I'll be sharing more with you. Back to you, Keenan.
Faraz, thank you for your live reporting there from Royal Oak. We want to get right to 7 News Detroit anchor Kiera Hay, who's been watching the county-by-county breakdown of how voters here in Michigan have been casting their ballots. What insight can you share with us, Kiera?
Good morning, Alicia. It's been very interesting to see how Michigan has voted. And for the most part, they voted how you would expect them to, with the exception of Saginaw. I want to highlight them really quickly. They voted for Donald Trump 50.9% in this election. But in 2020, it was fit blue, going to Joe Biden narrowly with 0.3%. Now, zooming back out to our Metro Detroit counties, we see Washtenaw, Wayne, and Oakland remaining strong blue counties, whereas Livingston and Macomb have remained red. Now, looking deeper into Macomb County, you can see that President Donald Trump actually gained more votes in this election, with 57% going towards Trump. But in 2020, he was at 53%, so up about 4%. And if you go to Oakland County, you see Democrats actually lost about 2% in this election, 54.3 in 2024. But in 2020, President Biden had 56% of the vote. But the big question of the morning remains in Wayne County. In 2024, we see Kamala Harris with 64.7% of the vote. But in this county, you also had that large uncommitted movement coming from the Arab American population, and also the black male vote playing a part in this election in Wayne County. So here in 2024, again, Kamala Harris with 64.7% of the vote, but we see that's down from 68.5% happening in 2020. So, the big story of Wayne County is how these uncommitted movement and party switchers are going to have an impact in that area.